Good morning, this is Johan Rousseau. An update on the coronavirus and the hype surrounding that. We want to make a general plea to funeral associations that's been opposing FIRA and their membership who has been affected by this corona, a complaints form because we want to keep government accountable. Not because they don't want to do that, because they've been misinformed and misleaded, which is ultimately affecting their members. To complete the complaint form, which we published on our social. If you as a funeral parlor or you as a member of the been affected by this unjust laws that has been enforced on the funeral industry, please complete the complaint form. Give us details of the complaint so that we can attach that to our urgent court application that we want to submit to the Pretoria High Court to stop this nonsensical measures, the ineffectiveness of government, not 21 days lockdown, but all affecting the funeral industry. The difference between licensed and unlicensed funeral as a matter of urgency to address people acting illegally, to have them without a job. We need to assist them so that the main initiative of determining what's legitimate and what's illegitimate, hampering the economy, opposing and causing problems within the funeral industry of time. We also want to keep associations accountable. Has some of these illegal operators and the associations itself have to work within the confinements of the law. If we do not do that, ultimately affects government, it affects the funeral industry, and it affects the public. We also want to request police officials, if they close down a funeral parlor, please close down a supermarket or a Checkers or a Pick and Pay where people are crowding around that, because that causes just as much of as anything else. Opposed to a few people that's coming to a funeral parlor which not crowding it when they pay their insurance premiums. So let's be fair, let's be objective, let's look how we could assist each other, because it's becoming rather ridiculous expecting people to stop their funeral insurance being paid, which will ultimately affect the public, which will ultimately affect government, and it will affect the it needs to be stopped. We can't allow this to happen. And then what we want to ask government as well is, when you do a VIP funeral now, please ensure that there's only 50 people at such a funeral or a memorial service. And let's stop that night vigils and the memorial service as well, because if we need to allow you, we need to allow each and everyone else to do that. And we want to urge that the public is not as privileged to be paid by taxpayers when it's a VIP or a government official. So if a VIP or a government official is being supported by government, paying their funerals, which is not only paying their funerals, it's us as taxpayers paying that, then if should any funeral claim be denied by government as a result of their own actions, we will then claim on behalf of the general public and our funeral parlors and our members and the industry as a whole. We will then put in a claim against Treasury and the police, the official that stopped these processes, and we will definitely engage with the FSCA, because they supposed, in accordance to their own laws and the FIRA Act, to protect insurers, which is paying them, and the FSPs that's paying them, and we will also hold the FSCA accountable. We have to take these measures, because not only is government affected, the economy affected, people's jobs are at stake, the funeral parlours are affected, but the general public is being highly affected by these circumstances. And not only during this lockdown, but also over a process of 20 years been affected. The public has pleaded for change since 2005. We had an 87% public vote on national television, which gives us the mandate to act on behalf of the South African public. As a watchdog in the one hand, and on the other hand, to be there as a support function for the funeral industry, because there is no support functions for the funeral industry, and that's why it's critical for FIRA to take a leading role, because we cannot argue these issues on social media and on WhatsApp anymore. We want the facts to be placed in front of court. We want to get the court to make the decision to whether we are operating correct, whether we are acting within the confinement of the law, and if correct, we will most definitely apply to the rule or the judgment of the court. If we are incorrect, we will rectify that, and if we are found to be in default, we will appeal the process until we get what we need to get, what the industry needs, what government needs, and ultimately what the public needs. You are more than welcome to assist us by virtue of a donation for us to enable a non-profit company to do what we no other organization in the country or the government is able and willing to do. One is we need a integrated law that accommodates all the laws. Two, we need a independent funeral formation. We need a bargaining council. We need a licensing body. We need a regulator, and we need workers to be protected. We need a funeral ombudsman, and that cannot be denied, because currently FIRA is trying to be playing in all these spaces. We want to have a specific role and a specific responsibility, and that is to assist the funeral industry and the public until government realizes it's their total responsibility. We do not need to end up in court every time, but we have got no option to take these drastic measures, because now it's not about FIRA or any other organization or individuals. It's about South Africa, its economy, and creating jobs and retaining jobs. I think that is the emphasis thereof. And we plead with everyone, with your assistance and your voluntary donations, you will enable us to keep FIRA vocal, to keep us alive, and to keep us moving forward in terms of this legal processes. You are more than welcome to contact me on 072 852 5456 if you want to pledge your support, and also look at our earlier request where we gave our banking details if anyone is prepared to assist us going forward, because it's not only in our best interest, because we are not a role player, we are a caring organization which has been caring for the past 20 years, and we want to continue the work that we are doing. But we need your assistance that will enable us to do our work. Thank you very much. All the best. Cheers. Bye-bye.